Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Girls Frontline 2 video. Let's talk about Macchiato, how I ideally want to build her, and how I've been building her, and also if you're looking to pull for dupes, V1, weapon, etc. So let's talk a little bit more about it, give you guys better context in terms of team building as well, and a couple of other things that she is going to have potential with. Now first things first, she is going to be an ice DPS sniper rifle character, and she is going to replace a lot of other sniper rifles in the game. Alright, right now we have Nemesis, mostly Nagan, but she's practically the strongest one amongst those. And also keep in mind, she is going to be a very strong meta character moving into the future in the CN meta as well. She's still being used a lot in the CN meta. Very useful, so highly recommend if you guys can pull at least one copy of her, go for it. Now if you can get V1, it will be even better. Now let's talk about V1 a little bit, right? So that's going to be a big determining factor. So she has a couple of skill kit, but the V1 basically modifies this particular skill, her skill 1. Alright, her skill 1 is where she is going to be able to hit the enemy, and if you have a V1 for this, she is going to be able to obtain this, as you can see, attacks 2 times, alright, as opposed to 1. So keep in mind, critical damage will no longer increase and the damage dealt is decreased to 100% of the attack, but overall it's going to be pretty good regardless. So if you are building her because of this particular critical damage is not getting increased, it's better to just go attack and attack percent, so it is going to give you overall more consistent damage, better one at that in terms of the substats, right? Now as for her keys, this is going to be the very important one. I'm currently running this one, attack increased by 10% at the start of battle, and this is going to be very useful for her overall because her ultimate skill gives her a shield, so it is going to be pretty consistent. The second one that I have, I like this particular one. At the start of the battle, applies Murderous Intent to the enemy unit with the highest HP. Now this is very good against bosses, alright, so if you are trying to attack the boss, you can see, this is going to increase my incoming damage from Macchiato by 20%. Very good. I like that over this one that they recommend, which does apply frozen, but I don't find that super useful against bosses. And the third one, of course, when the active skill Cold Precision Shot results in kill, gains 1 Convectance Index, which is a skill point. Alright, keep in mind that's what Convectance Index is. Now as for the other 3, this is going to be her own one, and then I have the other 2 that currently I got from the event shop, so you guys can get that as well until I get a better key overall. Now this particular one is also going to be useful in some situation, the one that gives 3 Convectance Index at the beginning of the battle. That means you get 3 additional skill points. So if you are going to if you're not sure whether you want this one or not, so the other one is going to be the 3 skill points. That's going to help you a lot for sure, so not to be underestimated right there. Now for the weapon, obviously this is going to be a bit complex. If you didn't pull for her weapon, then your best choice might be this particular one. If you did pull, try to get multiple copies for her, the W2000. That's what I'm currently using. Now if you did get Bittersweet Caramel, which I believe is the name of a weapon, very odd name, is it? Yeah, that's what it's called. If you did get this is going to be her best in slot, but other than that, the mostly Nagan's weapon, which is Samoset, is going to be pretty decent. Alright, decent choice, but I feel like the Battle Pass one is going to be better. Battle Pass one is called Arcana. That one is probably the second best right now that we have. Alright, after Bittersweet Caramel, which is her exclusive weapon. So if you are still deciding on the Battle Pass weapon that you get at level 30, that could be an option for some of you guys. It is a very good weapon overall. Otherwise, the W2000 is going to be the one that I recommend. Alright, so these 3 are going to be the one that you want to go with. So let's talk about the most important aspect, the most important questions that players have been asking. Is it better to get Macchiato in V1, or should you get her weapon, which is going to be the better one? So I'm going to show you guys one particular combat right here, and then you guys can see for yourself how insane she is. Alright, the idea of using Macchiato is for you want to try to use her ultimate skill first, and then you use skill 1 afterwards. So that's pretty much the main DPS potential that you have with her. So I'm going to show you guys in this particular battle right here. I'm going to be using my Macchiato overall. So I'll bring my Lota right here. I'll do this. This is the last stage of the farming for the weapon level up materials. So it is going to be pretty good. Alright, so I'll just bring Macchiato right here. Okay, somewhere here. And I'll apply this particular skill. So this skill, the ultimate right here, it gives you frost barrier, makes her tankier, which I do appreciate, alright? And it also gives you alert. This is literally a counter attack, very good. It can be, as you can see, activates twice per turn, very strong in that particular sense. And if you're looking to build her alongside with a bunch of other counter characters, she is going to be pretty, you know, amazing for that sense. So let me see if I can bring, I guess that's the best way to go about it. Okay, so I'm gonna bring Suomi right here. Alright, so one of her best partner, you know, if you're building a team, it's going to be Suomi and Lota if you're looking for Ice team. Now I see a lot of people asking that. So right now let me just show you this particular one. Okay, so notice she's going to counter that Tololo before the Tololo is able to hit us. So that counter is going to be pretty strong. 2 turns, so that's a support from the enemy. So again, I think she has one more counter right there. Okay, so the Tololo was going the Tololo dies before she was able to do anything, but you know, my Suomi died as well. But that's the whole point. I wanted to show you guys this counter is very strong. Alright, the counter is going to be the potential, the strongest potential of how ideally you want to start off the battle with. But let's talk about the one more aspect. If you get her to V1, that's going to be on her skill 1. Now that is going to be her main source of damage. I don't have V1 yet, but I'm going to show you guys if I have anyone in my particular, you know, friends that I can borrow a V1 Macchiato, just to show you guys. There's already some people with V6 whales. So the idea with V1 Macchiato is pretty straightforward, alright? So you still ideally want to do the same thing, right? The same cycle, that counter that she has, very strong. In a lot of PvE and PvP situations, you are able to counter the enemies. And what makes it very good is, it's not even a counter, right? It's like a preemptive thing. You hit the enemy before they hit you, which is, in my opinion, really insane. Alright, you are sometimes able to just eliminate the enemies altogether. Alright, so let me see if I can. So again, look at that. So you hit the enemy before the enemy is able to hit you, so which is what this enemy Tololo is trying to do. And then again, I hit the enemy again. You can see right there, Macchiato and Cheongju, decent stuff right there. The Tololo did move twice, and that counter only works twice, right? So when you are using her, if you have her to V1, this is the one, the cold precision shot level 2. You can see this level 2 is due to her ability right here. Now you can see this is what makes the V1 extremely strong. Alright, so because my Macchiato can hit the enemy twice, look at this. We have double shot. I'm gonna get pre-counter first, but boom, 4,000 and 7,000. Alright, that is what makes her extremely strong if you are able to get her up to V1. Now, there's no weapon in the world that will give you way more damage than you hitting twice. So if you're trying to figure out what's the priority, should you get the weapon or should you get her to hit twice? Obviously you get her to hit twice. V1 is a must. I think a lot of players are just not aware of what her V1 actually does. So hopefully at least you guys know that this is going to be what makes her very strong. If you don't have V1, she only hits once in the skill 1. And that is going to be very important moving forward because she is going to be able to constantly spam that as well. Now in terms of teams, how do you build her in terms of team building? So right now it is going to be quite flexible. She can be used regardless of where she's in. Alright, in terms of replacing Nemesis. If you're looking for a sniper rifle, she is super flexible because of that counter on her ultimate skill. But later on, if you intend to build Ice team, these three are going to be very crucial. We have Makiatto alongside with Lota that you obtained for free in the previous event. I hope you guys did. And of course, Suomi as well. Now this three character is going to be quite staple in the Ice team. And if you intend to pull the Ice premium support, which is Dupes Nea, I believe, she is going to be extremely strong. She buffs Ice damage overall. So that that 4, if you want, that's going to be your main team if you are trying to build an Ice team, and overall it's going to be pretty strong. But for now, we don't have that character yet. So if you guys care about building an Ice team, look out for Dupes Nea. I don't know when she will come. Almost forgot attachments. The freeze boost 3 pieces is going to be the best one. I do recommend that. For muzzle, you ideally want to go with crit rate, crit damage, attack boost, and attack. But I highly recommend for now prioritizing attack boost and attack. that's going to be the most important for her. Crit rate and crit damage in this game is just not as strong as a lot of players think. Alright, so something to keep in mind. As you can see, attack boost should be a priority. If you can get attack boost and crit rate %, that's going to be better. But ideally, for all the other 3 pieces, you want to have crit rate, attack boost, and flat attack. Alright, so with that being said, that's gonna be it for this particular video. Let me know what you guys think of Macchiato overall. I think she's overall a very good character. So yeah, subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like if you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.